one of the most beautiful community-based technologies that I have ever seen was in the Altiplano area of Bolivia and Peru, where they could grow corn. This is pre-Incan, at 14,000 feet. That's 4,267 meters above sea level. And they would be able to do this next to the lakes, like Lago Titicaca, the sacred lake, El Lago Sagrado. And it is the most interesting use of radiant heat that I've ever seen, because they were able to allow water to flow in between planting beds. So this is where the corn would be grown, up here, right in these planting beds that were created by taking dirt out of the area, which was then inundated with water and then sealed off. So you have water here. In fact, fish were cultivated, and they have found duck bones also, of ducks that floated around in that water. The excrement from the fish and the ducks, which provided protein, created a fertilizer of the water ponds in between these planting beds. So you could throw water in a gourd usually, up onto the planting beds, which were heated by the radiant energy from the sun that heated the water and then radiated out to the plants, even at temperatures below 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees centigrade. At temperatures below freezing, these plants would survive. Okay? And the principal reason for this remarkable achievement was that before putting the soil from the pond area up into the planting bed, they first put rocks underneath the planting beds, and then smaller rocks on top of that, and then more almost like a gravel under that, so that you had solar heated water moving through rock underneath the planting beds, moving through to the next planting bed on the other side. Always hot, a warmer temperature will move to the cooler temperatures of rock, so that you had radiant heat coming up through the root system of the corn, let's say, and allowing the corn to flourish at temperatures even below 32 degrees. So they got their protein. They have found fish bones. These sucacoyos, as they're called. Let me write that out. Sucacoyo in Aymara. And in Quechua, wara wara, which Sounds so much like water, doesn't it? Wada wada. Maybe where our term water came from, who knows? These people, the Aymara, call themselves a people who always were, always existed. Their culture goes back at least 12,000 years or in oral tradition. And these sucacoyos come out all around Lake Titicaca. They can be seen, and in fact were discovered from the air. Remember, this area is blocked off after the lake water is allowed to flood in between the planting beds, blocked off there. And the water then is solar heated quite intensely by the sun of the Altiplano, which is just very intense because of the thin atmosphere. And so there's a wonderful solar heating of the water, which then transfers the heat underneath the plants. Not only corn, but quinoa, amaranth, mountain lupin, and other types of grains and vegetables were grown in these planting beds. Wonderful technology, incorporating the concept of radiant heating.